Okay.
I'm gonna need you to let's have a conversation real quick. Do you like pineapples? You like pineapples? Pineapples good for you? Yes.
I like pineapples. Do you
Yeah.
like pineapples?
Yes. Pineapples are very amazing. They're very useful. Let's keep it.
Pineapples. Do you like pineapples?
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Cool. That's on my side. We can hear you. Okay. I don't have no fancy introduction for myself. I usually just start talking, and I'm just nervous.
On my side as well. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start it off then. Okay. Welcome everybody to like my 4th consecutive stream today. Right here with me in the video is Princely, level 125, with his bogus ass mount, Hellmite. Hellmite doesn't like saying hello to the camera, so I'm just gonna zoom in on him. Oh no, he's gone. He disappeared. You see, he was like my dad at a young age, or like Princely's dad at a young age, and he dipped. And Princely was like, joke's on him, I'm gonna catch him on episode 100, and episode 100 came by and he never showed up. Princely on episode 200 and still waiting though. You know, if you see him, you know, just tell him that I found him. I found his man. He's right here with a cat on his head. Yeah.
If you're wondering why I can't say shit, because I've been laughing the whole time. Okay, hold up. Welcome everybody to the stream. Again, usually I'm nervous to say everything, but right now I'm bringing Vlextris into this. We're going to have a podcast and mostly talking about Onigiri. What about Onigiri? I told him exactly what I told him before the stream. We're going to wing this. Why? Because talking about everything on one stream is like, what, 24 hours? What? Don't you think? 24 hours at least or more? Yeah, it's in my opinion. So we don't have well, Vlextris is already worn out from all his streams and he's already pushing to do this stream. And I recently just got on and it's like nighttime for me, and I recently just did other things before I got on. Not a good excuse, I'm not trying to make excuses, but just letting you guys know. So we're gonna do this podcast, and mostly from what I'm gonna leave off, I'm gonna get back to where I was on before, and Vlextris is just gonna basically jump in. It's gonna be bouncing back from one another to basically get us in the flow of how we usually talk. Because right now, well, like how Vlextris was doing it, that's how we usually talk. But like in the same sense, we want to make it comfortable so you guys understand of where we're coming from and what we're doing. Basically, I've seen a lot of new players come in and not know where a lot of stuff is. It's either they have been carried or they have been just left there. Basically, no one really wants to answer the questions, and this is why I'm trying to make this stream mostly too, because it's just so everybody can talk and everybody can have someone to come to basically help or need assistance on. Because if you don't have that, you're basically going to be stuck. Because believe it or not, if you get to Ichigo, you will be very confused. And there is a part in Ichigo that will make you confused. You won't know where to go, won't know what to do. And that's like why this stream example is going to help you a little bit. Or help you a lot. I just, want to basically help. One thing that I do want to bring up, and Vlextris, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but white flashes with Zuko has been helpful. I've already brought that up in my last stream, but this is me trying to bring it up and more as an opinion wise for Vlextris, and see if he wants to hop in and basically talk about it. So opinion wise for you, Vlextris, what do you think? White Flash, Nova, El End of Days Sin, Gale, which one would you use basically? I know you're like Twin Sword and Adachi, but in the same sense you still have opinion all in general.
Well, the thing is, when it comes to the zoom to skill, like zoom to arrow, zoom to saber, caliber, and the so very hard to get zoom to high powered arrow, or arrow, whatever you want to call it. The thing about it all is that you want to make sure that you are, like I stressed in my stream today, I can't stress it enough, that you build your character how you want to build your character. Don't build the character according to how your friend wants it or how the meta wants it, but build the character how you want to build your character. I recommend using the zoom to arrow skills on the white flash because a lot of the JP players do it, and this causes them to have very powerful white flash to white brilliance weapons, like that right there. Even though both the white flash sword and the white flash twin blades have a negative pierce element, it's still very powerful because of the holy that comes along with the skill. So if I were to choose between all that's currently available, between Zoom to Saber, Plugger, and all those other skills, to choose between a Gale with it, white flash on it, or a Sin, or an L, I would choose white flash, mainly because of the extra cheeky damage you can get in. The Gale is better for sword users, period, because you can deal a lot higher DPS until you get your white brilliance. But if you're twin blades, go for white flash because we don't have anything else aside from white flash. That's our highest echelon. That's our highest tier. For Odachis, you don't gotta worry. We're getting the level 128 Odachi soon. That's gonna give us 70 wind element, 50 slicing element, or slice element, whatever. You don't gotta worry about it. Be perfectly fine. We're gonna have the strongest wind class in the game, as it should be. All you other guys with your foo-foo-y unique weapons need to sit back down because we'll finally get a unique weapon of our own. But I can't stress it enough how I stressed it earlier in my streams today. We'll play the game how you want to play the game. So I guess to answer your question definitively, if you're running sword, I would use Gale, maybe. But since I know the kind of player I am, I would probably use the white flash. Because I know eventually it's going to be a WB, it's going to be a white brilliance, I'm going to have extra zoom to cards for it, and I'll be able to hit 11 mil a swing with that white brilliance, and that's a 7-hit combo, so that's technically 77 million damage. Rough. So I would choose white flash. Just get used to the of the Tiamat weapons.
See, I honestly, the reason I didn't really go for L End of Day Sin was because of Vlextris telling me about how it uses a mag and how the white flash doesn't need a mag. And honestly, I love it. Honestly, the only reason I probably would go to L End of Day Sin would only be because for the streams I want to do later on, to say L End of Day Sin versus white flash, just like a little 20-minute to 30-minute stream on why I would use one weapon and not the other weapon. Even if it's just like I don't want to build a weapon, I would still do it just to show people why I prefer certain weapons. Basically, that's the only like iffy right there. Then I honestly believe with the white flash, it's just so amazing to have, because Vlextris was the one that brought it to me. I'm not gonna like lie and say, oh yeah, you thought of it on my own. No, Vlextris brought it to me. He said, hey, this is all just mats, basically. Nothing you have to really sacrifice. This is all just hardcore grinding. Go get it, basically. And then we were talking about it, and we was like, I brought up the L End of Day Sin because I had the recipe, and he brought up the white flash, and we mostly discussed the difference and why one would be good and why the other one would be better. One, you don't have to sacrifice for the white flash, and the other one, L End of Day Sin, you do have to sacrifice for it to be fused, and certain weapons. But honestly, when I think of weapons being sacrificed in a recipe, actually, let me go show you guys as I'm talking, because you're probably like low-key confused. If I can find oh yeah, we got a rocket. I got all twirled around. So you go all the way to, I call it the blacksmith. Go in there, go to weaponsmithing, and I go to my sword because I'm mostly sword. I don't mind showing I'll eventually try to see if I could pick up more classes, but I go to Ella in the Days Sin, and so sacrificing the end of days is no biggie. I'm not just saying it for like, oh, I'm a high level and everything. Honestly, you basically just get the end of days and then you get the L end of days. And I've already seen certain people who already have it and just like, I'm content with this, I'm cool. Well, getting the L end of days, what adds into that would be, I believe it's the holy that a lot of people like to do. And also, if I'm not wrong, it's a lightning bonus 2 damage that it has too. But I honestly got off track there. That was my fault, guys. The sacrifice would be the fuse, which is why a lot of people are hesitant on getting the L end of day sin. Because believe it or not, fuse could be easy for a lot of people, but also be very, very difficult because of the certain materials that you need, like Lunar Spirit Seal, which is so difficult to get. A lot of people run Oni modes to get it, and it's just crazy how many times they've done Oni modes and haven't even gotten it. Some of the other mats here, it'd be kind of difficult to get, but in the same sense, it's not really. Only thing I really think that's really difficult would be getting fused, or let me think before I say it. Yeah, I think it's mostly the fuse that'd be difficult. And if you're having trouble even getting, and also getting the end of day sin recipe, that will also be difficult of having. So it's like, that's the 2 main problems there. You sacrificing a fuse, which is to your current build, and unless you build 4 of them, which usually people do, and sacrificing that, and then it's like, still, it's not even that. It's kind of like if you want to sacrifice it, and then getting the recipe, which is kind of even like more risky, because getting the recipe, I heard a lot of people actually did harder hell for getting the recipe. Correct me if I'm wrong, Vlex, but that's what I heard.
Yeah, and Prince streamer, like viewers know, I'm while he's showing the L end of days sin, I'm showing the L Maximilian sin because that's the recipe that I so happen to have. And to kind of build on what he was already saying, let's look at the list here of even just the L Maximilian sin that you have to do. Like, you have to sacrifice an L Maximilian, a Phantom Bloodsucker, and they're both plus 50. So you're going to have to at least sacrifice 4 other Phantom Bloodsuckers, 4 other L Maximilians. You're gonna have artworks. Then you're gonna have to give up a fuse. You're gonna have to give up 100 Thunderstones, 100 Light Stones, 3 Pure White Plumes, about 2 Fallen Crosses, 2 Ivory Gems, 3 Obsidian Gems, a Wandering Spirit, Elixir of Immortality, and a Winter Moondew. All the other stuff is easy. Pure White Plumes are the hardest thing to get. I know it looks like, and that means it's a common drop and it should just drop right away. That's not the bit of a wound to wanting to drop those things. So it's difficult. The reason why people might think that anything from the L series is better than anything from the White Flash series is the difficulty spike. You see, the White Flash is not highest weapon you can get from the Tiamat series. It is the White Brilliance that is going to be your highest echelon. Now, for the time that the L weapons were out and White Flash and all the Tiamat weapons weren't a thing, this was the in weapon. This was the weapon you wanted to get because it was the highest lightning holy weapon you could have. I have an L, oh god, but I can tell you, if I made the White Flash would take the sin. White Flash, 9 times out of 10, will always hit harder than the L weapon, even the sin version. Other people have even discussed it in the Rift, why it's better. Why White Flash is always better than the L series. And the thing is, if we go down to the L Maximilian Sin, the only thing it has over the White Flash is the extra crit force. The extra skill force that it gives you. That's the only thing. It's like the extra skill force it can grant you should you, lose HP. Like, let me go over to my L Catastrophe, because I'm pretty sure I only have that recipe and nothing else. Let me see here. It should be around here somewhere. Oof, I can't find it. Oh, give me a sec. Okay, El Catastrophe. You see, now, because this is just going to be a mini version of what you're eventually going to get. If under remaining HP 15%, rank 3 plus Odachi skill force plus 25%. If remaining HP 85% or more, rank 3 plus Odachi skill force plus 25%. So you would have to get under 15% HP just to get your Odachi skill force again. But 9 times out of 10, are you really going to have 85% or more health if the boss is so difficult? Maybe not. Because you see, if you're running fused mags, like Princely is here, then you want to get yourself down to at least 50% health, but not any lower than that because you don't want the boss one-shotting you all of a sudden. So what you're going to want to do is make sure that you maintain your health well. Well, you can't get this special if you're under remaining HP 15%, rank 3 plus Odachi skill force plus 25%. You're not going to get that. So we can automatically slap that guy right out the... But with a white flash, it's so much better. See, watch. Let's sit here and find this white flash, which is probably hiding from me. Oh, no, there it is. Okay, see, around the same relative Ryu cost. Now, if we look at the materials, they all are hard to get, sort of, kinda, but you'll have it. You'll have it. It's just enough grinding and you'll have it. But let's look at the perks here. A bonus of dealt depending on the value of lightning damage during a critical hit at a rate of 25%. This is something I actually want to touch on. Just because it says a bonus of 1 damage is dealt depending on the value of lightning element during a critical hit at a rate of 25% does not mean anything. Let me explain. So as long as it's a positive element, like the holy element, lightning element, or the, yeah, the holy, lightning, and the slice element, if you do any of those techniques, like say like you use slice element instead of the lightning element, you will still get this bonus of 1 damage. Holy element, same thing, bonus of 1 damage. Lightning element, same thing, still get the bonus damage. But here's what also makes and White Brilliance better than the Sins. A critical plus 10, and if Dex 120 or more, attack plus 10%. But you get another additional 10% once you get it at plus 100. That's 20% extra attack. And if your Dex is 120 or more, this is again just for the twin swords, but picture it in your head far, you get plus physical defense plus 10% and 10% magical defense. You get more for less, if that makes sense.
For the sword users, you guys might be thinking, well, we can use the L end of day sin for the lightning. You're not going to. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's not only because I have a thunderclap, but also if you think about it, you go down to your thunder tusk, and let's say let me go check the freaking L end of day sin. I'll do right now, because once you get your white flash, the holy on the other weapon, even though it's more buffed up and everything, it kind of just becomes irrelevant in my per se, because it's like, okay, I have this white flash and then I have this L end of day sin, but this L end of day sin has more holy than the freaking white flash. Just like Vlex was saying, if you look at the stats, it makes the white flash has more like perks and buffs to it, more perks and buffs that you're gonna use than the L end of day sin. So it makes it look like the L end of day sin look like whatever. And a lot of high levels or a lot of low levels might be thinking right now, well, I'm never gonna get to that point. You're wrong. I'm being straight up honest with you guys. You're wrong. You will get straight to you will eventually get straight to this point. I'm gonna just tell you how I got to this. So believe it or not, I farmed out my 5-tailed dragon. As you see when I'm saying 5-tailed dragon, I'm like basically going down the list. Keep on going down the list. I bought think Flash 1 or Flash 2, and then my white flash. But from these, it's not really like, it's not all about, oh, I have to be higher up to get them. It's not even like close to that. It doesn't mean nothing. These dungeons are really in the beginning stage and also already in the energy dungeon. So it really doesn't stop you. Levels, like, the only thing that will stop you probably is the level to being like 120. And then from there, it's like none of the mats are like impossible to get. None of the like stuff is like, oh, I can't reach it because I'm not there yet. You will eventually get this stuff. You will eventually get all of these things lined out and ready to go, basically. Honestly, for me, it took 2 days. Why I'm telling you this is because it might take you longer. I don't know where you're at right now. I don't know what's happening, but it just takes time to get to that certain point to basically farm out all these mats and get them. Well, the end of days, well, it actually takes longer. And I'm not just saying, oh yeah, well, since this takes longer, get the white flash. No, I'm just saying, if you're trying to look for a weapon and it's strong and also like you just grind it out and nothing's stopping you, the white flash is a good thing. And also, as Vlex said, it has the buffs already set and ready for you, and it won't be stopped. Basically, it'll just be the buffs coming with the weapon, and it won't be like, oh, the 85% health, then you have that certain buff and all that stuff. And it's like, dang, you know what I mean? I have to get that. I have to get the 85% health or have 100% health to basically use that buff. That kind of sucks. Well, the white flash, you're already basically using all the buffs as soon as you equipped it. That's crazy. You basically got all the buffs. The lightning, the holy, the bonus of 1 damage, all that stuff basically just coming with it. With the if power 120 more, attack 10%, all that stuff is coming with it. Where it's like the El in the Day Sin. And don't get me wrong, maybe a lot of people are going for it, but still, as like when Vlextris was telling me about this stuff, I was like, honestly, why would I sacrifice a fuse for this? You know what I mean? Why would I sacrifice my fuse when all I need is the mats? I basically had, when I was like, didn't think I can get the weapon, Vlex showed me what I needed for the weapon. I was like, I need to get this weapon because I didn't need to sacrifice a fuse just to get, I didn't need to sacrifice the fuse. It was just basically sacrificing energy and time just to get my one weapon. And because of that, it's like, it makes this weapon look more obsolete. It's not like, I wouldn't say I'm not trying to say don't get it, but I'm just saying think about your decision, or think about it, because it's like, when you look at both of the stats for these weapons, you start realizing that one comes with buffs, and the other one, it's like slowly you got to build up the buffs, or it doesn't look worth it. Now I'm gonna hit on the lightning subject. The lightning subject of that is, guys, if you're a sword user, you have lightning as your second bonus damage for fused, and if you don't, you're gonna you have 1 of 5s. You mostly 1 of 5 users gonna be focused on getting the fire, and then you can have ice or lightning, which is good elements. You're not really down on anything too major, basically. You're not down in like a lot of bad stuff. And when you get your fuse, you have that bonus lightning damage already with you. So it's like when El in the Day Sin, you're looking at it like, but there's a bonus 2 damage depending on the value and all that stuff. It's like, you might be like, oh well, that's gonna like minus on the white flash. It's like, no, it's not actually, because you gotta look at your bonus for the lightning, your bonus of the lightning when you plus your white flash and the El in the Day Sin. And yeah, El in the Day Sin might have a little bonus of it, but white flash, it's gonna come in with the attack, your mags, and then boom, you're gonna be hitting pretty decently. It's not that bad. You're gonna be settled in right. I'm not only saying that because I'm a higher level or anything. It's because I've used the white flash, and I thought I wasn't gonna hit hard. I thought, you know, as you're thinking right now, El in the Day Sin is not gonna be all cracked up. No, white flash is gonna be just as good, or not even that, just as probably even better than the El in the Day Sin. So it's like, don't even worry about the lightning, because eventually you will be able to get thunderclap, which will make the El in the Day Sin obsolete. Won't even be necessary anymore, and it won't be even that popular. It's just like whatever, honestly. And if you can't even get the the thunderclap, then just worry about getting the freaking white flash, and you will make up for that lightning and holy, which is two good, basically two amazing elements to collide in together. Because I'm honestly, my white flash, I'm in love with it. I've honestly built the sword up with so many different things and love it and cherish it, honestly. And if you guys have any disagreements, I don't mind hearing you guys' disagreements, and we can do a test run together. I don't mind. I'm more than okay with listening to anybody's disagreements and conversation about, hey, this right here could hit just as good as this or even better, and then show me. I would love to see where you're coming from. I'm more than okay with doing that. You got anything to say, Vlextris? I know I talked a lot.
No, I talked a lot when it came to the comparison between the LMAX Million Sins and then Sin series and the Tiamat series. My main thing is, it's like I said earlier, play the game how you want to play the game. Don't stress between white flashes and sins. If you like the look of the sin, if you like using the sin, and the sin works better than you think the white flash will, use the sin. If you think Dark Heaven Inbu is like the next best, biggest thing because you found a sick way of making Dark Heaven Inbu viable, use it. I don't give a damn. Use it. If there was a way, and I will tell you all this, if there was a way to make the Serpent Lord a viable weapon, hands down, I would use it all the time. The Serpent Lord was like one of my favorite Odachis I got out of Edo. I don't have it anymore, and now that I'm saying this, I probably am gonna go get a Serpent Lord just to say I got one again. But the Serpent Lord was my go-to Odachi. It was my go-to. It had Tsumbame 5 on it, Tsumbame Gashi 6, and like Sky Slash. And I had that when I was Mishima. And that was like my kick-ass blade. That was like, oh man, I'm gonna use it. This is so sick. It's dealing 200k a swing. So awesome. And so I thought it would. And then, I discovered other weapons. The other weapons came into the picture. It made me feel like my weapon was less than adequate for the job. So I went on to bigger and better things, but again, it goes back to play the game how you want to play it. There are some times where I use a plus 100 Onidachi to do what I want to do and live how I want to live it, It's not about how I think the game should be definitively run. Because if I did that, then, I'd just be shooting myself in the foot. What are you doing, RT?
So, by the way, one of the reasons I wanted to make this podcast with Vlextris is because he said something in the beginning when we started the stream, the meta. I want to rip the meta to shreds, to be honest with you. Because a lot of people out there right now, believe it or not, are thinking, hey, you're a fuse holder and you gotta go, basically. Believe it or not, I have been told, fuse is trash. I want to rip the meta to shreds, and I think I have, to be honest with you, because of my mags, the way I've worked, and the way how I hit my Zunko, and how I've got the right weapons with her. And just to prove that fuse is never outdated. I'm not with the meta, believe it or not. I have used one. And by the way, what the meta means is like Magna Knowledge, Wind Mastery, Thunder Mastery. Why I call those the meta is because you would use those over any mags you have mostly. But as you see, there are certain streamers that I've seen, and certain people that I've seen who actually go back and use old school mags and still hit amazing, basically hit over than what certain people who use the meta do. Why I think the meta is stupid is because it's clouded everybody's judgment to thinking that if you don't have these mags, you're basically trash. You're not. Getting fused you're not. You know, getting fused, it's just about working your stats, you know what I mean? Believe it or not, before I had everything I had, I was honestly, when I first met Vlextris, I went to a Zunko dungeon. We did a little test, right? And he was hitting harder than I was. And I told him, I'm going to get stronger. And he was like, all right, go ahead, do it. And I did. I got stronger. And then I eventually figured out how to hit damage cap with on a Zuki Forest with what I have. How you might be asking, like, oh snap, you know, how'd you do that? I'm gonna explain that, and I'm gonna do it like in a way. So I have my fuse still. I still use fuse. I use my white flash. I build my white flash all the way up 100 grade, 100 level on the weapon, and then dolls. I am a person who pays in the game. Like, I think I would say 50%. Why I say that is because I have these a pay to win doll, basically. My Force Gold Zunko, I basically was able to hit all the way to damage cap. I'm just saying that whatever you like, if you're feeling like, oh well, I'm not gonna hit as strong as you, I'm not gonna put in money in the game, I won't be able to like do what you just did, you're wrong again. Because I know a guy named Ron McKell, who basically is free to play, who hits amazingly strong. He's so strong, it's insane. Still free to play. And a lot of people will think if you go free to play, it's just like it's impossible to hit hard. No, it takes hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of grinding, day and night, day and night, day and night. And it's just, you just got to get out of the mindset or out of the box of where the meta is going now. You can't think, well, if I don't have this, I'm not going to be strong. Or if I don't have this, I can't be strong. You got to think differently from everybody else. You got to think, okay, look at the elements for certain things. Look at your elements from your mags and connect them and see what better weapons you can get. It's just getting a different frame of mindset. I want to rip the meta to shreds, and that's why I try to like have this. This is one of the reasons that I want to have this podcast, just ripping it to shreds and just giving you guys different ideas of what to do and how to approach them. You know what I mean? Not everything has to be pay to win, and that's correct. You know, you can go free to play. I'm just saying you will have to grind 24/7 on each event. Or, you know what? Actually, I will refrain from saying each event. Most events, and getting the dolls or getting whatever they give you in order to like basically get certain stuff. You will have to grind a little bit or even twice as hard more than pay to wins to be there. You know what I mean? And if you pay to win, then you're gonna have to spend to get the right dolls that work for you, because you can't just slap on any dolls. Like why I'm getting a little bit choked up here is because I'm nervous, so I apologize. But what I mean by any dolls, right now I'm having my Momotaro Butler, my Zunko, right? I can't slap on what Vlextris has, which is 2 keratins, because I will show you guys the stats first before I start talking about it. First of all, I am not twin sword, I am not bow, I'm not spear. I can't use those to my advantage to make my sword stronger. You saw my affinity went down. A lot of people don't like look at affinity, but I do. I'm really self-conscious about my affinity. Like, I get really nitpicky. I'm like, my affinity got to get up there. Gotta like be up more. So I can't use these. The affinity, no. Honestly, I can use the impact. I can use the wind. I can use the HP, the SP reduction, all that stuff. But the affinity is not where it's supposed to be placed. So that's why I'm not using these. It's not my class. And I've seen a lot of people use different things and ask like, well, it's just something I need or use, or I can use the elements. Okay, go ahead and use the elements. But the problem is you're still lacking power or affinity in the right place. And I don't know. It's just for me, I don't think that I can use Otakos because it doesn't have my affinity. It doesn't have my sword affinity. If it did, then it'd probably be amazing for me. Like sword affinity 70% and Adachi 70%. That'd be amazing. But it doesn't have that for me. So that's why I go to have my Zunko and then I have my Momotaro. Because I learned in a hard way that the attack and affinity is like the two best things to have for a doll, especially if it's for your affinity and attack. It's the two best things for you to have. But again, that is another, like, I'm not trying to set you guys to go there. I'm just saying that's for me right now. That's where that's my best goal, best thing to have for myself. I haven't tried any other things, but I'm definitely willing to try it. I just have to take a different time to like situate it. But for right now, this is my best stuff of having, and I'm using it. Honestly, I don't know about you, Vlets, but I have used the new accessories, and I think they're honestly pretty good. And it's not only if you're like just low level. I think if you have like a Vanguard that has these elements and have like a good weapon to up it, I think it kind of helps. Like Ataku, who has the fire and dark, or is it Kojiro who has some dark? I don't know if she has fire, but I know she has dark. I think
well, Kirin has dark. I mean, has fire, and Kojiro mainly. But the thing is, the elements. I mean, whenever you were discussing meta earlier, and I found it funny.
Yeah.
How about your comment about the mastery mags? Is the mastery mags wind mastery, thunder mastery? What makes that hilarious is that those aren't the meta.
Ooh.
Because what I've seemed to notice that the meta, the main meta, like what the concrete meta is first let's get down to the build. Power 100, Dex 100. You have yours set up that way, right? Power 100, Dex 100.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. What's your Vitality?
5.
What's your Wisdom set at?
43.
Mind.
66.
All right. You see, the meta to me, this is just my opinion. The meta starts all out with your stats. Now, if we look at my stats compared to your stats, my stats are not meta. Not in the slightest. Has nothing to do with the meta. If we look at your stats, every sword player, that's their bread and butter. Power 100, Dex 100. What class are you?
Sword.
No. As in, like, the beginning class.
Oh!
Like,
You scared... I'm sorry, you scared the bejeebies out of me. Daring.
Daring, right? Okay. Now, who did you learn to become a daring sword user from?
Old school players. Old school players.
Old school players. Old, right? Because
Yeah.
that's still the meta. 3 years down the road, that's the road you take for sword users. You go Dex. But why do you go Dex? Because out of the 3 power weapons, sword is the weakest. So you have to make up in compensation. So you have to use... Now, the thing is about players like Ron, players like Tanking, whatever. Just because you are a play-to-win, play-to-play kind of person, doesn't mean that you're necessarily going to be stronger. Because I got my true power creep when I didn't pay a bloody red cent in the game. When I got the mags of knowledge. I got 2 mags of knowledge into Wind Mastery. I learned that from Death Step. That way you can have your elements split 50-50 down the middle so you're not so restricted. Now, my mag layout seems like it's the meta to begin with because it's a Barai, a Thunder, 2 Wind Masters. Simply because you have the Mastery mag doesn't mean that you are following the meta concept. Because the meta will tell you, oh, well, if you use mags of knowledge, or no, wait, don't go 3 mags of knowledge in a Barai. Go 3 mags of knowledge. Go 4 mags of knowledge. Go 4 Wind Masteries. Go 4 Thunder Masteries. That's what the meta will tell you. Go 4 of those because you're going to get 500% skill force. You're going to get so many good chocolatey goodness out of it, and that's what's going to make you god. Or you can masteries in. Now let's look at my build real quick. while my mag layout looks like it is the meta, this is like the strongest layout I got. You know, it's 2 Wind Masteries and a Barai. But I also got 2 Kiritans. But that's the only meta element of it, is the Magatamas. Like how they're laid out. Because a lot of high level players like running 3 of the Mastery series and a support. But if you think about it, so do people with 105s, and if we even look here, well, Princely, if we look at even his profile, like I showed a little bit ago, he runs 3 Sky Fused and a support. That's common knowledge. That's not really meta, just playing smart. You want 3 of a mag and then a support mag to follow it up. You don't want your skill force to run any lower than 200% unless you got some surefire way to hit stupid hard. Now, what's meta to me is what comes down to it. Like, what does everybody like to run? Now, to me is power 100, dex 100 for any of your physical weapons. Unless you're running spear, then your vitality is going to be what it's going to be. I explained that in a previous stream, in a previous video of how the meta is, how the meta works. But to kind of refresh people who don't want to watch that video and are just focused on watching this video only, Princely's right when it comes to Magatamas of knowledge and Wind Masteries, Thunder Masteries being a part of the meta, but it's how they're used. What makes them a part of the meta. The main meta, and I bet Princely can agree with me here, is seeing 3 mags of knowledge in a Barai, or 3 mags of knowledge in a Chiami, or 3 mags of knowledge in a support mag, or whatever class they are. You've seen that a lot, right?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, wouldn't you say that dark build before Zunko was that was the thing to do? That was the dark build. That was the meta.
You saw it everywhere. Everywhere you go, you saw it. If you didn't have it, you're weird, basically. Everybody was like, "Oh, why do you have this?"
Yeah, exactly, and that's precisely my point. Now with Zunko coming out, Wind is the meta, but you see, here's the funny thing about that: with Wind and Holy being the meta now, the people who will benefit it the most are Odachi users. Because when it came to the 6th update, Odachi users climbed the tier list.
I'll be right back.
People were wondering, okay. And people are wondering, well, what do you mean he climbed the tier list? I don't understand how they climbed that tier list. Because they got a very special item. They got a very special item in the fact of 6's headgear. That gives them Odachi affinity, crit force, it gives them plus 10 in power, all which benefits Odachi. That was a pure free-to-play event, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe it's not event only, maybe you can get it whenever, accessory. And it bumped up Odachi's users a little bit on the scale, because it gives you 10 points in power, plus 30 Odachi affinity. There is not a lot of the accessories that do that, from what I've seen anyway. Now, with the next update to the campaign, why Cyberstep has been so hesitant with letting the campaign go further than what they have? Because there's a new weapon that's going to come out. It's what I already said earlier. It's the gimmick weapon. This is going to be, there's 3 different stages to it, just like you would do with gargoyles, for instance. You have your, but this is going to be 3rd tier gimmick. 3rd tier gimmick is 128, and it's going to give you 55% attack once you get it to plus 100. 55%, and it's a level 128 weapon. This weapon gives you other stuff too, like plus hardcore, plus 10 crit, like critical. So let's say like you had 30 crit, now it's 40. Now, on top of that, you're gonna get 50% slice, 50% element. You're gonna get some negativities, like there's way 60% on Odachi rank and up. That's meant to balance the weapon a bit, but that doesn't matter when you get 55% extra attack. You see, Odachis now are gonna be what swords used to be. Swords used to be the in-game thing. They used to be everyone goes sword. And in fact, I can actually tell you, Odachi, even when we get our 120, are still swords still gonna be the main meta. The reason why is because Princely can tell you that it's easy to get your 105s. It's used. Tempest is another subject. Tempest is always shaking because you need T's of Eternal Night, so we all know where you. But for the most part, sword is the go-to thing. If you're new to Onigiri, I recommend doing sword first. But sword is one of those classes where in the beginning everything's easy, but as you get to in-game it gets progressively harder because you have to deal with the fact that you're not going to hit harder than Axe or hit harder than a big boy until much later on in-game where you get White Flash, where you get Earth, where you get all these other good swords that compensate for the lack of base damage that you're supposed to do. Sword to me is like the go-to class. It always will be. But that doesn't mean that it's any weaker or any less efficient than the other classes. But people will tell you, Odachis and one users are dying breed in Onigiri. You hardly see any high Odachi players. Like, I can literally count them on my hand, how many high-level Odachi players I see. There's Tanking, there's Demon Girl, Shadius, me, Sakura, Heim. 5 people. I've never seen any more people. There's people like Falk, but he's not necessarily high level yet. But that's 5. 5 people. Consider that. 5 high level Odachi players. But who do you see most of whenever you consider high level people? Sword users. Spear users. Spear users mainly because of Oro. So everyone wants to go spear because of Oro. But even then, a lot of high-level players are sword users because it was the easiest class to learn, but at the same time, it was also the class that gave you the most in the early days. In the old school days, it gave you the most. It gave you a lot of multi-hits, it made Chiami excellent, it gave you a lot of good shit. And it always will give you a lot of good stuff. Sword benefits a lot, and Sword actually, out of everybody here, gets the most accessories, gets the most unique weapons in the form of Thunderclap, Gale, as 2 examples. And, you know, Cyberstep really pushes you to be Sword. I'm just gonna say it. Cyberstep pushes you to be Sword. So, but that's not the meta. Even then, even though Sword is the most popular class to choose, and we can say, quote unquote, Daring Sword is the meta. What I consider to be the overall meta is having your Power 100, Dex 100, Mind 80 plus something, Wisdom, fuck it, Vitality, fuck it. That's what they consider to be meta. Would you agree with that, Princely?
Hey, but well, no, I do. But it's crazy. You know, it's really crazy. With the meta, all right. So see, as you guys got 2 perspectives of meta, right? But if you actually think about it, let's honestly both, you know, anybody who's here, let's think about this. Honestly, it's my old school thinking that has made me think about the mags, and Vlex is not old school. Vlex is like all around basically, who he thinks about the stats and then everything else. And honestly, if you we both have seen different things, but honestly, if you align it, I think we both I think we meet a middle, basically, because honestly, I don't know if you've recently seen Vlextris, but because they get the new Magatamas, they have put their vitality all the way to 65 or 60 or something, whatever, and they forgot about the support, because a lot of support people aren't there anymore. Not a lot of people have res. I don't know if anybody knows what that is or use it anymore. Res. I know a lot of high level people don't like care for it, but some high levels do actually. They're like, hey, can you res me or do this? I'm like, oh, cool. And people who know about res, back then, res was important. Reason why? Because if you weren't doing nothing, you were either supporting giving Rapid Storm, meditation, healing and Geki. Well, actually, healing and Geki is used now and also back then. And then you'd be resin people. You basically, if Vlextris got down and he was carrying me, I would res him. Unless he had soul eggs. And a lot of people do have soul eggs and some don't. Or they just use OC. And I don't like using OC. Unless I'm really versing a hard boss I can't use. The thing is, I think me and Vlextris meet a middle, but in the same sense, we're different. Because I talk about mags and he talks about stats, but that's perfect. Because for this podcast, we're supposed to talk about different things. Because if we're both talking about the same thing, it would not make this interesting. It would not make you guys think about what we're saying to you. Because he's saying one thing, I'm saying different things. And that is perfect. That is why I brought him here, to show we both just think about, we have you guys think of what we're saying and have you guys think, okay, this, oh dang, okay, I didn't think about that, or I didn't, catch you off guard. That's what we're supposed to do. Now, here is why this so I tell you guys, the first reason is because I want to rip your meta apart. Second is because I will ask Vlextris first if he wants to, but we will run certain things and show you guys just stuff, you know what I mean? I don't know yet, but I will think about it as I'm talking at the same time. It's weird, so I'm nervous, so give me a second. With the stats, honestly, as Vlextris was talking and as he was telling you guys, yes, he's right. I will not disagree. This is what I was taught by an old master of mine. He said power debts, and then he said mine and whiz, and I told myself no vit. Vit was based off myself, but he told me mine and whiz is because if you guys have too much mine and whiz, it's kind of weird. I don't know how Vlextris thinks it feels about it, but it's kind of weird. I feel like you gain less power, or it makes you like become uneven or unbalanced in your character. I don't know how you feel about what I'm saying, Vlextris, but it's like when I put more support in, or like more in a whiz, I think it kind of like rips my a little bit more, not attack, but it makes me feel unbalanced. What do you think?
Well, here's my thing, and it's gonna sound very pig-headed when I say it, but I said it earlier today. If it's your first year in Onigiri, or you're 6 months in, run the meta. Run it, get used to it, get comfortable with it. After that, after you become a high-level player, or you think you're high-level enough, break out of that mold and find your own custom build. I think I've told Archie a little bit about my build, maybe not. So I'll make a quick reiteration on it. With my current build, I have 120 power, 120 dex, 102 mind, 108 wisdom, vitality's at 23. That's a basic run ground. Now, Archie doesn't know this, maybe he doesn't, I'm about to explain to him. I still hit 11 mil, just like I did whenever I had my meta build. But you want to know what makes my current build better than this one, Princely?
Which one, what makes it better?
What makes it better is that my support is 5 out of 5.
That's very useful.
I can res you. This staff right here has 2 different reses. Has Invigoration 5, 2 Ogi Meditation 5s. Now, I still hit relatively the same damage, if not the exact same damage. Because wind is powerful, and that's true. Now, let's even think about this a little bit more, because some people are like, well, Vlex, come on, be real. Is it really better than the meta? Motherfucker, yes. It's better. But why is it better? Because I have 102 mind. If me and Princely had a resurrection playoff, right? Instead of a DPS battle, who's gonna win?
He is.
Exactly. I'm going to win because my mine's 102. But now people are gonna go, but wait, doesn't wisdom, isn't it beyond a point where you don't have to get it higher than like 50, right? Well, again, not really, because since my wisdom is 108, my SP recovery is at 500. Princely, look at your SP recovery right now.
Okay, I'm going to status detail. SP recovery is 358.
My SP recovery is 500. So let's do another thing. If we had an SP recovery playoff, like a little battle between SP recovery, who would win? Who'd gain their SP back faster?
You, because you have 500. You didn't have to do
Exactly.
nothing.
Exactly. So if we go back to the whole fact of, let's look at my staff, right? Resurrection, 231. Resurrection 5, 162. Invig, 150. Ogi Meditation, 250. My Keratin dolls reduced that SP cost by 20%. But let's be real here for a moment. Even if I don't have my Keratin dolls equipped and I have my SP recovery at 500%, which I'm not gonna lie, probably also has to do with my weapon giving me SP recovery here and there, but that's a part of the build too. I'm gonna run out. Archie Princely might run out of SP. There is a very high possibility that if he's resurrecting you and giving you strike boosts, or using Ogi Geki, like, you know, extended heal Geki, or any of the staff moves, he may run out of SP. He may have to sit there and actually charge it with the staff. Who knows? Because, well, you know what? Let's ask the man himself, Princely. Have you ever ran into a situation where you felt like your SP was at critical?
I was doing Onimo's Palace of Rain, and I was doing Rapid Storm, Extended Hill Geki, and kid you not, I like had to charge my thing for like 2 times at least, and it was annoying, honestly. I was like, bro, what would I do about that? Because I've never really thought about it. I've always been about the headstrong, hit it hard, hit hard, hit hard. So I never really thought about, hey, should I worry about my SP? Yeah.
Right. Well, let's even talk about outside of an Oni dungeon. Have you ran into a situation where your SP felt not enough, where you felt like, oh crap, if I don't stop attacking this enemy right now, I'm running out of SP?
No. I think maybe because I kind of run a little bit too fast and I don't get to that situation, and I use Vanguard. But if I didn't use Vanguard and I did like one of your challenges, I think I'd probably be messed up. Probably.
Right.
I might level up my wits.
You felt like... Right, okay, well, let's talk about it then. Say like you did Hell Dew Creek, no Vanguard, no Mount. Would you feel like your SP recovery would be sufficient enough for you?
I think I have trouble in the second room because there's a lot of like people in there that like if I don't know how to explain it. Like I think I would have trouble with the SP recovery, especially in the second room. Not the third room. I think the third room, which is the boss room, would be like very easy to do, especially if you keep on hitting with Zunda Arrow. But Zunda Arrow does cost a lot, so it'd be like I'd be lying if I didn't say I wouldn't have like a little problem because my Excalibur move, then there'd be Excalibur, there'd be Zunda Arrow, and all those are at least like 100 SP. So every time I use it, it will keep on taking it off. So I think I would definitely have a problem with it.
But the thing is, I've tried to run out of SP. I've tried. Even in when I was beat on Hell with me, I never ran out of SP. Never. Now, we can say at the end of the day, well, 300% SP recovery is good enough. Well, what about for Vanguards like Izuna?
Oh, hell.
You know, the one
no.
That eats SP like a cookie?
No. Zuko, I've lost so much SP with Zuko. Every time.
Exactly.
She takes it every time.
Exactly. She takes it every time, and then you have to wait, don't you?
Yeah, I use a lot of that's why I have SP potions all over my thing. If you look at my thing, if you look at my live stream right now, it'd be Camellia, Sherlong, Zunamochi, and it'd be Lily. All that stuff right there is mostly, well, 2 is to like basically give me quick health, and it's just mostly for SP.
That's right. So, considering all that you just said, guess who never has to recharge their SP with potion?
You.
That's the point I'm making. It's not me being a dick. It's not. But it's to make a point. As I said earlier, it's streams, and I can't shut up. Every build has its weaknesses. While my support is 5 out of 5 and my survivability is 5 out of 5, because I can tank. My kiting ability is 5 out of 5 now. And so is my support. But what takes a hit? My damage. My damage is like a 4 out of 5. It's not a perfect build. Nothing will ever be a perfect build. Some things be compensated for. So, if I have the better support and my vanguards can run better, and all I had to do is sacrifice a little bit of player damage for it, which build is better?
A survival build or attack build? I would go for a survival build. I call it survival build, but it's more SP build. But I just say survival build because you'd be surviving longer. I mean, like, more as in... You guys mostly get it. As Vlextris is explaining,
yeah, you get it.
I never really take it personal. I mostly listen because I'm like, shit, if I need it too. And I usually don't, like, I need, like, as you guys are learning, I'm learning too. And that's what, like, I want this podcast to be, is just to learn from each other, you know? Because maybe Vlextris will learn from me, and maybe he doesn't. Maybe it's just more bouncing off the walls and everybody listening to each other and just seeing what's up. And honestly, I plan to probably do something about my whiz, as he was talking about it. You believe it or not, I don't care what people will say, like, oh man, you fixing your build in front of all these people, how they're supposed to listen to you. It's not all about being right. It's all about understanding when you're wrong, or not even being wrong. There's not wrong or right. It's more about listening to each other, seeing what people are saying, seeing how you can learn from them, and seeing new builds. Like he said, it's go first meta and then get out of your zone and try to find something different. And when he said that, I was like, snap, I've been in the meta for so many times, and that's why I'm like, oh, so comfortable with it. And when you get out of that zone and meta, you're okay with it. Like, honestly, I can't say I'm fully in the meta, but I can't lie and say I'm not in the meta. Obviously, I still have my stats how he's saying. And when you have, like, when you listen to different players, there's not just Lex who's like talked to me. There's other players who told me about my dolls, who told me about this, and I've listened to it. I'm like, all right, I take it in. And that's why I want everybody to, whoever come across the stream, to like see, you know, just be like, oh snap, like this is different. Okay, wait, he just fixed his build in front of us? What? Yeah, because I'm not gonna be ashamed to fix my build in front of you guys. I want you guys to be like, I'm listening. I'm just as like you guys. I'm just like you guys. Trying to see how to get stronger, see how I like the game, what to do, how to get strong, what should I do? Basically, this is like a Q&A basically, but podcast version where we just talk and help each other. It's a community. That's what we do around here. That's what I want to do. And I am definitely going to do my whiz right in front of Vlex, as he's like right here looking at me, because he's like, yeah, I'm gonna level up my whiz as he's over here. I'm gonna do it right now. Am I gonna hit lower? I don't care. I want to try it. I want to get out of something different. So I'm doing 65 whiz, 66 mine right now, guys. And you're probably like, you're ballsy. And you know, if you don't understand what that means, why I just did that, that means right now I kind of either messed up my build or I didn't mess up my build. That is just what I did right now. I gambled. And Vlex can correct me wrong, but I technically just gambled on what my on my stuff right now. What do you think, Vlex?
Oh yeah, for sure. You gambled because what makes my build work, and I'm telling you, this was a divine gift from God himself. He just dropped the pearl in my pocket. How I work as a player is I'm an analyst. I analyze and I plan. And that confuses people in Onigiri because everyone's like, okay, I'm going to go make my mags and I'm going to keep making my mags and I'm going to think in the future of what mags I'm going to get and then build materials and do stuff for that. What I do is different. I make my mags, right? Let's say I make an off-brand Xiaomi with a power 1 and like crit force of 11, right? Well, wanna know what's so funny about my build? When I first made this new build, I thought I screwed the pooch. I thought I messed up. I was like, oh my god, I'm not gonna have my 120 power in holy build. I've messed up. Oh, but wait, there's more. The Xiaomi came in and gave me my 120 power. No, my 120 depth. Then I can get my 130 power that I'm gonna need for the new Odachi that's coming out. Because, well, my plus 10 power came from the mech headgear set. What I'm saying is, I have tools that can make builds in multiple layouts for my character work. Make this overall hybrid build work. Because that's what it is. It is a hybrid build. It is the, maybe not the hybrid build, but it is a high tier hybrid build that sits there and goes, I can support you, support myself, support the guys in the other room, and still have enough SP recovery to kill this boss 80 times in a row. That's it. That's the main kahuna. That's the big cheese. That's the thing that gets this build its credibility. And my friend Taylor, he was very honest about it. He said, I would build the new meta then, Vlex. Because people are not used to their comfort zones being violated. People want the meta the way the meta's always been. But metas have to change. The popular thing, the in-game thing, has to change. And it's coming to a time where if you notice, as the years progress, it becomes more and more about vanguards. So what are you going to do? Are you going to sit there in the old wave? Are you going to sit in the kiddie pool? Are you going to sit in the shallow side where it's safe and comfortable? Or are you going to swim to the deep end? What would you do, Princely?
Man, I'm trying to swim in that deep end. I heard it was comfortable. I mean, not comfortable. I heard it was fun over there. I like the deep end. I was trying to go deep. Man, that's why I gambled. I like gambling. So, Vlex, I was thinking we should give me 1 second actually. Vlex, I think I'll be right back. I heard something and I heard it was creepy actually. It was like some woman screaming. I'm kind of scared. I'll be right back, everybody. But I do have a question. Vlex, how about you talk about one thing? Do you tell me if you think my build's gonna work or not?
Okay. Well, while Princely's gone, I'm gonna out here. I'm gonna tell you a secret. To people on Princely's channel, buy all of the. He personally sponsors Doritos, and he sponsors also weed. Buy all of the weed, all of it. You want to do all of the drugs, all of the booze. You want to have sex with everybody. Everybody. You want to have sex with all the guys, all the girls, everybody that's legal anyway. Don't do any of that pedophile shit or that edophile stuff. You don't want any of that. That's nasty. You don't want that stuff. For my viewers, I really think that Princely's build is going to work, and it is a very good thing, to realize. If I can click on his profile, he didn't type F in chat for respect. I tell you.
What?
Let's see.
What? What were you saying?
Couldn't click on your. No. Oh, hey, look at that, guys. Princely's back. So remember, as I told y'all a little bit ago, buy all the weed, buy all the booze.
Oh no. Oh no.
Have sex with everybody.
So I'm gonna go either to the
not everybody though.
To the event? Should we go to the event?
Let me see your new build. Let me see your new build.
What do you mean?
Get back here.
It's just what?
Your hair's green now. Your hair's green now.
It's just my Wiz is 65. That's it.
You're green. You're for green hair. No. Oh wait, nothing else has changed.
Nope. We're just gonna wing it.
Oh, you ate all your vitality. That's what happened. Okay. Let's go.
So, guys, we're gonna do stuff actually here because I don't know how you guys feel. We just did a 1 hour talk basically about White Flash, End of Day Sin, ripping apart the meta, our different point of views of the meta, and in the same sense, I've also said.
I got a better build. Come here, follow me.
Also,
I got a better idea.
Ripping apart the meta, also saying that, you know, it is not really, for me, probably for Vlex too, that it's not about being right or wrong. It's mostly about just giving you guys a different idea or giving you guys ideas of what to do. Because honestly, I don't mind being wrong. I want you guys to come to me, say, hey, you were incorrect about this. Show me what's up. You know what I mean? Show me what's different. Show me what you guys got. Because I would love to see somebody use a End of Day Sin and just, dang, tear it up, man. If that's you, then do you. And that's all I'm really saying. I want you guys to have new ideas and have something different to do. Now, here's a very what? Oh yeah, I forgot. This is where you first begin when you go to the moon. I haven't been here in a long while. Dang.
That's the only modern day road we have in Onigiri.
Oh, look at this.
But as you were saying, you seem to have gotten distracted, sir.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys. I just look at this road real quick because I have not seen a road. And where'd you go?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, you disappeared. What was that?
This is my crib. This is my crib.
Okay. Anyway, guys, I've got distracted. Vlex is distracting me. Blame him. Anyway.
Distracting yourself.
I was just saying that mostly.
Hi, officer. I would like to report this faggot.
That we are just trying to give you guys new ideas and also tell you guys about what we think and also have you guys think outside the box. Just crush everything. Crush like the new what everybody's been telling you. Crush that. And if anybody's giving you good advice, then you know let that come through your mind and use it. You know what I mean? Like try different things and be different, you know what I mean? Because you never know. Vlex might find some ideas awesome, and I will find some of his ideas awesome too. And that's the way it should be, because you never know how strong and how amazing you will be when you try something different. And now I'm going to do some runs of Dew Creek. I'm just gonna try Zunder Arrow, and from there I'm gonna talk to you guys about the whole switching Vanguard swap. Why that will be brought up is because I think a lot of people kind of are confused. I don't know, but I think I did explain to somebody that when you Vanguard swap with something, White Flash, right? I use my White Flash. And I also let the enemy kill me. And, I mean, not kill me, hurt me, my fault. I let him hurt me, bring my health down as I'm in Zunko, not my regular character. And I will hit stronger with that. I have already shown proof in other videos that I have, and that is because of my mags. That's why I'm hitting harder when I have less health with Zunko. And because I'm bringing this up, it's because I feel like a lot of people just like use any weapon they have and just switch with them, and I just think that's kind of not okay to do. I feel like they should be let known that you gotta look at the element. You gotta look at the element of your Vanguard, and when you do look at the element of your Vanguard, you have to find the appropriate weapon to use. And I'm not saying the White Flash is the best one. Maybe But for me, I like to preferably use white flash while using my Zunko. Sorry, I'm getting kind of distracted in my words and thoughts. I'm getting really nervous, so I start messing up. Streaming. Yeah, I'm just letting people know that I'm streaming, so if they could watch the language, I don't know. I just try to like set up this real quick. So guys, as I was going with, you do have to look at what you're basically. You have to look at the element for the Vanguard, because you cannot use a fire lightning Vanguard. Well, I can't say that because there's Keratin who freaking crush it. She'll basically, I gotta put yours in here too. Who basically proved me wrong, because she's lightning and fire. So I'm wrong there. But there are certain Vanguards that have only lightning, and you can't use it as like a fire because it won't really help. You have to add in the element plus the weapon for it, basically. Weapon, attack, and element. That's what I did for my white flash. We're going in with Zunko. Holy plus switching in with Zunko ups up that damage, and it worked for me. Vlex, what do you think?
Well, first off, I think Keratin is inside my
Okay.
Vanguards are good, and this is really concerning. Let's go to green.
Okay. I just thought I should bring you into this, and you kind of shut me down there.
Oh no.
You good?
No, my Keratin like almost like pulled out a spare gun to look like she was gonna shoot you.
Oh, I don't think
Screw this Archie, man. Screw this Archie. Shoot.
That kind of hurt my feelings there.
But no, I agree. When it comes to Vanguards, you want to utilize your Vanguard to the most of your ability. So switch to your highest attacking you have on your current weapon layout. Switch to that before you Vanguard swap, because it's gonna help you a lot. Trust me on that.
Have you come across people who haven't looked at that?
Oh yeah.
I have too.
Oh yeah.
And I'm touching bases on Zunko mostly, guys, because for me, I have used Zunko a lot, and I would say I have pretty decent experience with her, because I have legit farmed a lot of weapons and certain things to figure out what works best with her. And that's why I'm so touchy with her. Vlex has too, and Vlex hits amazing with her, and that's that's why I asked him about her too. Any Vanguards that I have before, I've been mostly using Zunko, because as Vlex was saying, wind is really, I think you did say this, Vlex, but correct me if I'm wrong, you said wind was OP, and it right now it's like one of the most elements you're trying to use in this game right now, and eventually that will switch. I'm not saying when, I'm not going to say where, I just have this feeling it is very much going to switch. That element is basically going to be like second or third best again. And I'm not going to say like, oh, go ahead. I'm not going to say that it's like, I'm not going to say it's what is it called? I'm not going to say that when, where, I'm just saying to you guys, when will eventually be a third best or second best element. I'm not just gonna leave it there. Should I play a Taku? No, I'm playing Zuko for this. Okay, we're gonna just wing this. Here. So we're just gonna run Dew Creek. Mostly it's just doing it as we're talking to you guys. I think I'm testing out my attack. If you guys have any question, you can just leave a comment after or even now. I don't mind. You could be like, hey, what you doing, or stuff like that. I'm like, well, I'm just doing this, But anyway, just trying to make some conversation.
I'm also trying to figure out why my Keratin is trying to just keep on continuously healing herself when her HP is nowhere near 90% or less. Keratin, what are you doing? stop healing yourself. Please.
Oh, by the way, guys, support characters and vanguards are different. And even if you do know that, just making sure. And the reason why they're different, support, they don't need you to swap with them, or you just have to set a list of times of when to do their skills. And when they do that, they basically start doing their skills and just do them by themselves. You don't have to tell them anything, they just do them. Okay, well, but you're gonna wing this. No, I'm just gonna do this. Let's see if I hit. I'm kinda shaky. Oh, I do not like. Oh, I'm scared. Gambles. This is scary. Oh no. I'm scared, Blutz. I'm really scared. Oh no. Oh no. This is bad, Blutz. What if I'm gonna cry?
What? Why? You said the only. What's the stat you took away? Vitality, right?
I should probably lower my health. I should probably. I feel like
that's all it did. All it did was take away your vitality. All you are is super squishy right now. You didn't sacrifice any power or dex.
So by the way, guys, if you're wondering right now why I'm super scared, because I'm thinking that I don't know if I lost my good hitting stuff. And Vlextris is telling me, hey, you didn't lose any hitting stuff. You just right now you just gotta get used to it. I'm like, all right. So I'm losing health. I'm gonna lose some health, and then we'll test my strength.
Hey, I just got extra wind and attack.
Oh, by the way, guys, there was a lot of people who thought, I can't say a lot. No, I am gonna say a lot. A lot of people who thought Junko was only gonna be a boss hitter, and I honestly want to touch that. That's not really true. I think it's just about perspective and how you use your skills. That's what makes her, makes it like, oh, she's gonna be a boss hitter, or she's not gonna be a boss hitter. Whoa, I'm kind of feeling this. Hold up. Okay, I'm hitting some 10 mils. I'm okay with this. Okay, that was 8.
Oh, and since you have the smaller bit of health, it also means that you're going to get your buffs from your fused a lot faster now.
That is very true. Why won't you just let me have that one? We could have talked about it.
He looked at me funny.
He looked at you funny.
Are you ready to see people disappear?
I like this. I like this new. I like this. This is good. I'm
making things disappear.
I don't think that's okay, Vlex. Reminds me of my past.
Archie.
What?
Archie.
What?
Get your health, Archie.
Oh, my health is. Oh, snap. No, my health is too low.
But to say, Archie, it's not like your old build. You don't have like a bajillion health. Hold on.
Oh, I didn't have that much health when I had my Blitz, I've been meaning. No, Blitz, I've been meaning to tell you this, and I should correct you at the beginning of the stream. I mean, not the beginning, but when you said that, Blitz, I never had a lot of health. I only had 15 health from the beginning. I never changed it. All I did was just add in points for Wiz. I just basically got 1 extra crit point. That's it, and some SP.
No, with your new build. Did you not take away all your points for vitality?
I never had points for vitality. I don't think you ever looked at this. Yeah, I just put some in Wiz. That's it.
Oh, you just had more status points to give out?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to tell you this so you don't, it doesn't seem like I'm just leaving you in the dust and you just watch my stream and you're like, oh, so you didn't tell me this, huh? You little I'm like, oh, dang, I didn't mean to.
Nah, it's fine.
So, okay. I'm gonna hit this way. I got this. By the way, guys, I am liking the new Wiz stuff. It's pretty good. It's pretty different. why I'm liking it is because the extra crit, and why I feel like the extra crit's gonna be important is because of Chiami. Because I will run eventually a Chiami build. I'm not gonna be the best at it, but whenever I have my Vanguard, you know, Zunko, she's gonna do a Zuna Arrow Rain, multi-hit, and it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, aggro all of those. All of them. All of them.
I'm trying.
Oh, this is someone. Archie, your health is mighty low, sir.
Yeah, I'm kind of used to it though. Like I'm not gonna sit here and just say I'm always.
Oh no, I know you're used to it. I know you're used to it.
If I wasn't used to it, I'd be like a sad excuse for a fuse holder. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm just saving my Vanguard for the bosses.
Oh. Let me show you a secret. Let me show you something.
Okay.
Okay, let me aggro these guys. Let me get them stuck on here. Okay. Go right here, right? Shoot your zoomed arrow.
Okay. I hit him. That's pretty lit. Oh, and it stretches out. Okay. I was looking for this spot once, but damn, this spot. Okay, this is lit. I like this. Do a lot of people like, oh wow. Okay. Okay, they kind of hit me too. Okay, you guys have to chill. Whoa, Zunda, chill, dang. So guys, if you're wondering why we're not really talking, I'm not gonna lie to you right now. We're just mostly trying to show you guys Zunko in general, and also like what.
Also, a lot of people.
I got your back. Oh, I don't got your back. That's all you, sir. That's all you.
Oh, what?
I died instantly. Okay.
That's fine, I'm used to it. I did do creep. But I don't need you. Oh, hey, there's this one spare guy left. Oh, more people.
There's a lot. There's a lot left. Woo! Honestly, I think I'm liking this Wiz. Maybe I don't think Wiz affects a lot though. Cause honestly, I don't really think it does.
Yeah, I mean, it gives you extra dex.
Oh no,
I don't
not.
think it helps you with your cooldown.
No, that's not that. I mean, like if you have mind, if you have mind versus if you have more mind. Oh no. Okay, hold on. Let me say this right. For me, it's like wonky. Like whenever I have some certain support things, it feels weird for me, and that's why like. I guess I'm still in the old school mindset of like, oh yeah, if I have more of this, it's gonna make my attack Okay, so now I'm gonna do a very different test. Hold on, let me do this. No, go down more. This.
Okay, Kittyton, you're having your health healing privileges taken away from you because you just keep healing. Ugh. So you're just running out of SP, Kittyton. Yeah, you're just healing yourself.
Oh god, I reached the wrong thing. Whew! Yeah, I kind of like the new Wiz type of thing. It's kind of useful. I like it. That extra crit point might come in clutch.
Oh, when own HP is below a certain point. No wonder she kept doing it to herself, because her HP was set all wonky and wrong. I am... Okay, you can stop healing yourself now. I figured it out. I'm smart.
But you said her stats that way, though.
Yeah, I figured it out. Because I thought it was supposed to be... Hold on. Simco. I mean, Kittyton. What are you doing? when player, because see, Gargoyle, she was set up with her support skills for herself. Like when own HP are more. When player HP is 0%. Because I can go to my Garg right now, and she's set up in a way where, yeah, when own HP is this, or when own HP is that. That's on player, when player HP is this, when player HP is that. Weird. When own HP is... Okay. Well, point is, I got the kid in problem fixed.
Whew. Okay. That wasn't too bad. I think I just need to lose health, and I'll be hitting really hard in here. I like it. So, it's mostly based off of hit. Like, I know I need to lose health, but like, usually, when I have my health full, in my other build, which was only a few seconds ago, I was just hitting like straight up hard, and now I just have to lose health. I'm okay with it. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, so
I'm gonna be standing in front of things. But yeah, we can keep talking. What's up?
So honestly, I do have something to confront with ATS. What do you think about ATS? You think? Okay, so look, I'll put on some ATS mags real quick. So that's why I'm bringing it up. You know, just a little. You know, we talked about our stuff. We'll bring up some ATS. Never mind. I need some inventory space.
We're getting into pros territory, aren't we? Oof. If you ever watch the stream, he won't feel butthurt if you have something bad to say about Axe. Axe isn't terrible. You're just terrible.
I'm not even saying ATS is terrible. It's just mostly like I'm not getting into this, you know, saying that I might be right or wrong. I'm just mostly saying how people feel about ATS, because mostly, if you guys ever old schoolers, if you ever come watch the stream, whenever you had like ATS 105s, you're basically OP, because eventually it was ATS 105s, then it was called, I think it was an ATS, it was the Ice Guard. Okay, so it was the Ice Guard, ATS 105s, and then you basically put Blistering Ice Wave on ATS, and then boom, OP, right? That's what I saw. I remember old school days. But recently, I think ATS have been kind of overlooked again now. Like, people haven't cared about ATS. People haven't given it a second thought. And I think that even though Sword is like really, go do Sword. You have a great time with it. You know, it's all fun. I feel like if you guys are looking for a different like way of going, ATS is pretty like alright, and I think it's pretty fun in my own opinion. Why? Because it's a heavy weapon. I like the heavy weapon style, and I don't got a lot of weapons for ATS. I'm only gonna bring out 2. That's how much I have. So bringing up ATS, I'm not gonna claim that I know everything about ATS. I'm not at all. I'm just gonna use its stats and just talk about it from there. The reason I am talking about it now is because as we continue on, it dawned on me that there's a new event coming out. I don't know who knows or who doesn't know, but there's a new event coming out, and it will hit with it's mostly weak to lightning, if I'm correct, right, Vlextris?
Right. Supposedly.
Yes, supposedly it's weak to lightning, and it's basically like mag knowledge. You farm out the mags, you get the mags. You're gonna be a whole bunch of stats, buffs, and amazing stuff. Then you're gonna have the weapon to go with it. But it dawned on me, what was ATS 105 users gonna do? What are they gonna do? And I'm just saying that they're fairly new. And I do have to go see at the ATS views, But I was wondering, Vlex, what do you think about at 105s, like they or even fuse probably holders? What are they gonna do if they're not like? You think the boss might be weak to lightning and mountain, or you think it's just gonna be like, oh well, if you don't have the element, you're kind of screwed? Because I know they can get their vanguards, but I haven't seen a lot of ATS users. But in the same sense that they like a lot of ATS users probably won't have certain things that is needed to help them like go through the game. And it's just dawned on me like they're negative lightning, and it's like I don't know what they would what would they do with this new event coming up. Like how would they approach it? Probably getting a vanguard to help them with it and all that. But if there's some that have magnet knowledge, but there's some that don't. Like our friend that we named, I think he has 105s. I don't think he has magnet knowledge. Am I right?
He has 105.
So I was wondering what would ATS 105 users do with the plus 10 and let me go see. Let me go correct myself. It might be wrong. I might be wrong. Let me go correct myself. Done. I gotta go all the way back to town. I might be talking about another thing. I'm gonna go back. Done. Cause I don't think this one's weak to. I think they have lightning, or they're mostly buffed up in mountain. They're mostly buffed up in mountain. So let me go check before I tell you guys any false information. Polka dot. Because they have negative wind. So it's like Zuko Dungeon right now is gonna be kinda like for them. And that kinda sucks. Because if you use they have good they can use it for the holy, but wind it's not gonna be good for them. But if they have they can use the holy from the Zuko and everything. Going all about the weapon. Let me go find which one I think I might have got mine confused. Whoop. Not the first time, won't be the last. Gonna do better. Done. Is do you cause I remember versing the Yogg once a couple times, and if you didn't have his element, it's like you did like a minimum damage, right? If I'm correct?
For Dark Dog, yeah. If you didn't have lightning, you didn't have holy, you didn't have the certain elements.
So that's why
essentially you needed Raijin and Kieran to complete that on hell. If you did it, you were toast.
And why I'm trying to bring this up to you guys is because I want to try to help anybody who's new to the game, or anybody old school thinking that it's gonna be suck to be them, you know what I mean? And see, I don't want you guys to think that way. I want you guys to be like, oh, well, we have a chance, and that's good. I want you guys to have a chance, you know? Your fire, your wind. So it's the bow users that have a negative lightning. Okay. Not a lot of bow users out there.
I believe.
No, I mean 105s.
I don't think they run negative lightning anymore for bow users. Oh well, high level bow users.
Yeah, because they should have. Well,
but then again, they have like 2 lightning skills to themselves.
So, guys, why I'm bringing this up in general is mostly, again, as I said, to give you guys ideas, but also for the second reason is because we're here and we're trying to have the conversations and just, you know, have your guys' mind explore. Let's say you're new coming in, or you've been here for a while and you have 105, you're just like, oh, this thing is gonna be hard, the next event they're talking about, what are we gonna do? And I don't know when the event's gonna come out. I don't know when that's gonna happen, but I want to give you guys like hope. I want you guys to think, you know, I want you guys to just be free, and we'll come up with answers for you guys if that's possible. You know what I mean? If it's not possible, then I think running with people would be cool. You know what I mean? And okay, so it's the dancing water magatama fuse that has a negative 10 lightning.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's twin blades.
Yes, sir. And also, where's my attack star? The attack star will have the negative 10, 15, negative lightning element. So why I bring this up is, again, because of the next event. And let's say you guys might not have fuse. You won't necessarily... If you go for your fused and you get these and you're like, dang, what am I going to do? Well, again, like Flex said for the bow, only 2 lightning attacks you guys have. And most of the bow users I know right now are actually carrying a Mag of No Knowledge or something better. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, Blitz.
I've just seen bow users, they're like attacking star, Tempest. I'm just like, hey, that's y'all, man. 3 Tempest. Yo, that's y'all. Y'all do you.
So, honestly, if I were to say what to do if you don't have lightning, is actually maybe try out the mountain. I can't be 100% sure. I can't say I'm gonna be correct, but or run with a person. But again, I don't know about the event. I'm just trying to give you guys ideas and see what might be up. You know what I mean? Because having that rain against a rain monster is not gonna help. But probably trying different elements like mountain or lightning might help, might work. Again, I could be wrong, but better than me just sitting here trying to give you false hope. I'm not gonna bullshit you guys. And honestly, dancing water, Magatama infused. I don't know. Maybe that's more Vlextris area.
Dancing water. Well, you see, when it comes to things like dancing water, I never personally got my 105 mags for twins, only Odachis. And I never needed to, because by the time I decided to be a hybrid class, I already had my mags of knowledge.
Yes, sir.
So
yes,
it's
sir.
completely superfluous for to get my fused or my dancing waters. And I'll say it right now, I don't like Tempest mags. Don't like them. I'm more of a person that likes to be hybridized, who likes the multiple options variable quality. And so, if I have, let's say, 3 Odachi, 3 Wicked Wolf Tempest, and I use Zunko's going to deal less damage than my current build, which would suck. So.
For twin swords, guys, I believe for twin swords, I would try to get a Vanguard. And I know it sounds like, oh, that's what everybody would say, or hey, that's just the easy way out. But it's like, if your character can't do the lightning damage that you need, you're gonna be stuck for the event. And I'm not saying maybe, I'm just saying that lightning is what I've been told, been stressed on, and been told by multiple people. This is what it's weak to. This is what it's weak to. But again, you could try mountain, try something different, and see what happens. Because there's nothing wrong with trying something different.
Chances are, maybe the new boss is gonna be weak to wind, and you can just annihilate it with Zunko too.
Yeah. So. It's never out of the ballpark. Is the reason we're just talking about it is this, just to talk about it. This is what this podcast is for, talking about it and giving you guys ideas that, we don't know, but we can just give you guys ideas and try something different, because you're not going to be stuck. Even though Onigiri has kind of, how do I put this in a not bad term? Kind of like sometimes have frustrated us, or kind of like irritated, really irritated us. I cannot say that Magnet of Knowledge was not out of reach for when I was a lower level. And yes, I was a lower level when I got my Search and Magnet of Knowledge. I don't use them. I only have one, but I don't use it. I'm not a Magnet of Knowledge type of guy. And that's just me. And it's just, I don't think they're going to put it out of reach for everybody not to get. I feel like there's a way. And there was also another thing that we were able to use while doing events. That's why I also think that it's not going to be possible to get. It's called, they have one that's regular that you do by yourself, and then there's another version where you do with a Vanguard, and it's a way more like kind of stronger version of the Vanguard that they're probably going to have in the Necropon. You see it in the event now, you see it in all the events, except for the Chill Lots events, which meaning is the Chill Lots events are like, there was a one before the Zunko, it was like on a beach, you're just doing it, it's like a summer one, I think, Fletch? It was like a summer or winter? I think it was summer. It was summer, and you just... Yeah, it was Incognito Nobunaga. I would pull it out, Fletch might pull it out on his side, and...
That's a conversation topic. Where are you?
Where am I? I'm near PR, Palace of Rain, Palace of Rain, right there. Or Palace of Rain. Where are you?
Standing in front of Dew Creek.
Oh! I should come to Dew Creek. What am I doing? I'm sorry.
I'm like, been standing here all alone thinking you were here the entire time.
I'm sorry. So, they gave us Incognito Nobunaga, like events like those where they give out Vanguards or they just giving out mats, and it's just like kind of easy to do. And people like some low levels, not even low levels, but new players come in and just like, oh, it's hard. It's like, no, it's not really hard. It's just, you know, you're not really at that stage yet, or you just have to do normal to do it. It's whatever. It's whatever. Why I say it like that is because it's not a big deal. But like when you get to the other ones, you're trying to get these mags or the sword. They have these events where it's like, oh, well, there's the Vanguard that you're trying to get for this dungeon, or you can use the other option, which is it's like you play 3 times as the Vanguard, and it might be there. Again, don't quote me on that. I'm just giving you guys an idea that it's not hopeless to do it. I'm coming to you. Open the sea, open the sea, open the sea.
It feels good to be abandoned, by the way, guys. IGN would rate it 10 out of 10.
Hey, how you doing, buddy? You been good? You been good?
How you doing?
So, this right here is the Incognito Nobunaga. And I also have another version, not another version of Nobunaga, but another example of a free Vanguard that they gave us before Nobunaga. It was called Sasuke Kurojo. Not Flying Swallow, Flying Swallow, just a regular version. And this is her. And this is her suit that I got her. And that's almost what I said to freaking this one, but I don't have the rain. But then Fletch was like, it's not all about the rain, there's some other stuff about it. I just wasn't really interested at the time, but again, I should have got all the mats from the dungeon. From the event. See, there's the rain, and look, there's the holy. There's that holy. That, guess what, guys? Guess what the this Dungeon Zunko event is weak to? Holy and win. So, just pointing that out. So there was an event before this event giving us a Vanguard. I'm not saying it's always like that, but there are chances. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. It's like chances where like you're not out of the race yet. If you're a new player, I don't suggest you should do this. I'm saying like more like 118 to 125 to 128. All y'all. There's y'all chances.
Or be like me when you did Medea Toshi at level 87.
Or be like him. See, that's how we do.
Or was that level 100? I don't remember when I did it, but I was all like, I'm gonna do Medea Toshi. Gets hit by Yogg. That's a lot of health loss.
Do you have lucky boxes?
Yeah.
How many?
14.
14. I have 38. I was gonna open them while we talk, but I don't know. I'm not trying to like take anybody's ideas. You know who I'm talking about, but I'm not trying to take any ideas. I was just gonna do them as we were talking, but I felt like that's like weird.
I did an entire video on that. Literally a 5-minute long video. Lucky boxes. That one thing. I also noticed there's another person watching my stream, so kudos to you. I don't know who you are, but kudos.
Why don't you just say hi? Hello, person watching Vlextris stream. Hope you're liking the stream. If you have any questions, be more than free to ask us. We're just mostly.
You can send in a comment.
Maybe you just like low key creeping, but hey, I don't mind creeping. You know what I mean? It's cool. No, okay, I'm gonna be quiet. Anyway.
Because you're not the one. You're not the one watching my stream, yeah. You're not watching my stream, are you?
No, I'm
or
not.
You're just watching your own.
I don't watch my own. That's weird. I feel like that's weird to me. I don't watch my own stream.
I'm watching my own right now. That way I can make sure the internet connection's still active on it.
Then that's you.
Because it's a chance your PS4. Yeah, that way your PS4 might black screen you.
Oh.
And nothing shows up. Like the video can still show, but you'll be black screen. That's why I always tap my phone every now and then, making sure it's open.
It's really crazy to me though. I really did not think about that, Vlutz. That they gave us this free Newbin Naga right here, and just gave us a win dungeon, and she has holy. Well, win and holy dungeon. Boom, she has holy. Crazy. And if you get a white flash or anything that has holy on it, you just use it. So, by the way, Vlex, I was meaning to talk to you about this. What do you think about Severance? I know it's probably not that good. I don't know. What do you think about Severance? Do you know what a Severance is?
Yeah, I know what a Severance is, and
I don't like how you're laughing right now.
That's my subject on Severance. Severance is just like one of those weapons where back in the day it was like the shit.
But now
it's like garbage. Get that out of here. Like my Serpent Lord, man. It's like my Serpent Lord. Like it hurts me. Low key makes me feel like crap thinking at once upon a time I want a Severance weapon. That looks like it's the shit. And then I see Gargs and I'm like, Severance, son.
It's just crazy to me,
but
man.
Then someone's like, bro, Vlex, what about holy? That's what it's meant for. Elsin, White Flash, or any of the revs, except Rev 1. No, even Rev 1. Even Rev 1 outclasses Severance. I was so pissed. Because I was like, I'm gonna go get my Severance. I remember my first Severance weapon. It was the Galil. It was the bow. I was so happy to have it. I was geared. I was ready to go. And then I found out that the plant soul-out weapons were better. Hurt my soul, man.
By the way,
hurt my soul.
By the way, we did not touch on revs for holy, but we'll probably make that for another stream. We could touch on it now, but in the same situation, I want to like have more content going on because Onigiri can lose some content sometimes. What I mean by that, guys, is because like when you're playing for so long, you can like make a, like again I said like at the beginning of the stream, 24-hour getting on everything. But in the same sense, I want to spread out the videos and be like, oh, okay, well we touched this. Okay, we can touch this next time. My last video, I think I told you already, Village. I know I said like probably 2 times. I did a test between Nova and White Flash. Remember how I told you guys that I went with Nova? I think I told you guys, but I went Nova for my White Flash. Nova first for my Zunko, and then I went White Flash for the upper damage and the holy with it, and which helped me increase the Zunko. Well, wow. I'm getting nervous now. I'm getting a little know why, but I thought I was sitting somewhere. Gonna keep on. It's That's what I'm going for. I'm here to cry. I forgot where I was going with that, but I'm sorry. I lost my train. I'm sorry. Well, guys, I do have
There was a huge lag spike right there.
I'm sorry. I do have a lot. I do have one of five. One day I will talk about that when I level up my weapons for ats. I would definitely talk about ats because I feel like there's people who want to be ats, but are like kind of confused where to go, and I might be wrong. I'm okay with that, but I still want to talk about it. It'll be some good content, Princely Podcast to talk about. Feel me? It's okay. I'll just, I'll make it a thing. I'll ask Vlextris if he wants to join my, what is it called? My Princely at 105 talking. He'd be like, no, I hate you. I'm like, damn, I'm tough. Start crying, sniffing.
Princely Podcast. Subject Axe. Featuring a person who doesn't even play Axe. Yeah.
I understand that, but the thing is, it's really just talking about the stats of it, where to go from there, and even I don't play ads, but I know certain things about it. Notice not, guys. There's people out there with a dark weapon that's specifically for ads that people use, and sometimes a lot of people are thinking, hey, I should get that weapon even if I just have my 105s. I'm like, that's good and all, but make sure you have a weapon that has mountain on it. And use that to your advantage. And also use Blistering Ice Wave with, Blistering Ice Wave with Ice Guard. And I've seen a lot of people, ats back then, and some ats users now that I know that hit really hard. And I'm just like, it's beautiful. Damage cap. And probably even over it too. Was it Visual Odin that I did with somebody? It'd be they were hitting ice with there was ice 105 guard ice. I mean ats 105 and ice guard ats, and they were hitting amazingly with it. And eventually, I might ask Vlextris or ask anybody who wants to join me to do the runs with me, and because just in case it's not like a boring video, it'd be different. I'm mostly a sword player, and I always try to stick with sword. Chips are good. I'm mostly a sword player, but I do have a friend, and I also helped him with his build of ats because elements were still trying to kind of fairly new to us when we came back, but I did get like a great concept on it, and that's how I helped him kind of get like a little bit better. What you just said, chips are good. I'm still kind of caught up on that. Taking a little eating break.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, I figured. We are hitting that like 3 minute. The person to the left is Pooh. To the left of him, guys. To the left of him is Pooh, guys. To the left. To the left. To the left.
What you worried about, Archie?
To the left.
What are you worried about?
I'm not. What do you mean? I gotta try. So
stand to my left. Stand to my left.
So by the way, guys.
Don't worry about it.
So by the way, with Blitzer Ice Wave, so I would need to definitely level up my skills and ats and all that stuff. There would be a whole another stream about leveling up skills, leveling up weapons, why that's all important. I'm definitely gonna do a closing at 2 hours because I'm getting like I have nothing else to really talk about. I'm not trying to get like too much information into one stream. I want to get like a good 2-hour stream where we're talked about the right amount of stuff, and that works. So Vlextris, you have a closing thing for us or no?
Of course I do.
Okay, yeah,
Always do.
Okay.
Make sure that, again, you run the game how you want to run the game. Abuse little fur balls like this, right? Yeah, like fur balls right there. You abuse the fur balls. Like this one too. You abuse this fur ball. Even though he didn't see it coming. Rip fur ball. Anyways. Keratin is inside my body. That's nice. Like always. Now, play the game how you want to play the game. Remember, I love and care for all you guys that are in the Onigiri community and outside the Onigiri community. If you don't play Onigiri, pick it up. It's a fantastic game. We love you all. All who watch the stream, have fun playing the game. All of those that don't watch the stream don't know how you would hear this message anyway. Maybe one of your friends would tell you what I have to say about the whole Onigiri community. And even those that don't watch the stream, have fun with this game. Play it to your heart's content. You all have a nice, wonderful day. Peace.
All right, peace. I like that.